Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. I am Stacy Thomas. This is something new. Please forgive the blurriness. I just wanted to do a backdrop and in honor of Roberta Flack, pianist, R&B, jazz, folk, pop star. Man, whoo. And you may say, well, Stacy, why Roberta Flack? You're not giving tributes to everybody, right? Well, let me make sure my phone is off. I'm sorry, I should have did this before. I apologize. Um, Roberta Flack died from battling ALS disease. You guys know I am not only an author, speaker, talk show host, independent film producer. I am an advocate for Lou Gehrig's disease patients and families. I really try to educate others, assist others, um, because I learned a lot. I lost my mother, another African American woman that has been battling with ALS disease, that had been battling with ALS disease. She was diagnosed in March of 2015, passed away in 2000 March. Let me back up. I'm sorry, please forgive me. My mother was diagnosed in March of 2015 and passed away December 2015. Roberta Flack was born February 10th, 1937 and passed away February 24th, today, 2025. I am praying for her family, her friends, because ALS disease is an awful disease, awful disease. So for those of you who are not familiar with Roberta Flack, I am going to I'm going to share a video with you, right? It may bring back some memories, especially if you're old school. Let's take a minute to listen to her. So that was her, beautiful woman, beautiful African American woman. So as I don't want to hold you up long, right? Whenever I hear about somebody, no matter what race or nationality they are, that's battling this disease, it's um brings up memories. Uh Reminds me that it does not matter what race you are, what economic status you hold, what neighborhood you live in, what religion you have, what country you're from, your gender. It does not matter. It does not matter. ALS disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, in my words, because I don't try to remember everything that I read and expect to speak like a dictionary, right? Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is a nerve disease that weakens the muscles, takes away the ability to walk, talk, and eventually breathe. There are people living with ALS disease. There are people that have been living with ALS disease for years. I'm not sure how long Miss Roberta had ALS disease, but one thing is for sure for those of us, especially in the African American community, who never heard about ALS disease, they now know about it because they're fans of Roberta Flack. I believe that eventually there will be a cure. I believe that there's the possibility that there's a cure right now and someone's sitting on it because you know people make money off of people being sick. But I trust God, right? And I trust a God who I know is in charge. So, with this being said, for those of you who wondered, what is ALS disease? I'll say it again. It is a nerve disease that weakens the muscles, takes away, takes away the ability to walk, talk, and eventually breathe. There is no cure. That's what they say. It is no cure, but there is help out there to help families and patients who are battling this disease. So, I always tell you guys, don't look at just, don't believe everything you see in the media, right? So, you see one group of people being shown the most for this disease. Now, let me back up here. Believe that they get the disease, but understand that disease does not discriminate. I don't know why we get so stuck on this only happens to white people. This only happens to black people. This only happens to Latinos. Disease and illness does not discriminate, right? It doesn't. So if you have a family member or a friend that is battling ALS disease, hear me. Ask, what is it that you can do to help? And this isn't just for ALS disease, this is for anyone that's sick. We should always say, is there anything I can do for you? But when you see someone that has ALS disease, please ask, do you need some help? It's not easy taking care of an ALS patient. That's why when it's time for the ALS walk, or I say something about raising money for ALS disease, it's because it is so expensive to take care of someone with ALS disease. You can't begin to imagine. It is so expensive. Someone lives in a home, they're perfectly healthy, and then they come down with ALS disease. They need a wheelchair ramp. They need lift chairs. They need hospital beds. They need vehicles that they can be transported in. It's so much, so much. And if you get a wheelchair, you need, I don't know if I said it, you need ramps, right? You need someone that can be there with you. You have to have someone there 24 hours a day. That person, for those of you who have a family member with ALS disease, the person that you hire to care for your family member must be different than everybody else, must be different than the average caretaker. They must have patience. They must have to have a heart that they honestly want to care for others, to love up on others. Because remember this, no matter how weak they get, no matter if they lose their voice, no matter if they have something assisting them with their breathing, their brain, their mind is still good. Their mind is still good. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or if that's almost a bad thing, because as I was told once about my mother who laid there and could not speak, she's a prisoner in her own body. That's why I stress to you guys, let's live. I don't say it because everybody's saying live your best life. I don't do that. I'm not saying it because that's the trending statement. I tell you this because my mother did not drink, did not smoke, did not hang in clubs. She didn't like hang around people smoking. Worked two jobs, and out of nowhere she got sick. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Look at that. I told you I'm trying something different with the green screen, right? Out of nowhere she got sick. Now my mother's symptoms are not like everybody else's. We're not like everybody else's. My mother's symptoms were she started to slur when she would speak, sounded as if she was drinking. She started limping. One might would think that she had fallen and hurt herself, right? Emotional outburst, things that would make The average person say, because I said this, what's she laughing at? I didn't say anything funny, but I did not realize that it all was signs of her being sick. Now, they could be signs for other things. I'm just saying to you what I saw with my mother, right? So, this wasn't to make you sad. This wasn't to make you sad, right? I'm going to play Roberta's song again. This is just to let you know. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said that somewhere in the Bible it says, seek and you shall find. When you need information, if you hear about something that you don't know about, you've never heard about it, research. Research. And I always say, if you don't fight for what I fight for, fight for someone, fight for something. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? It takes a village to care for someone with ALS disease, a village of patient, loving people. People that will definitely treat the people battling ALS disease just as if they would want someone to treat them if it was them. Pray for families that need assistance, right? And if you know information that you could be sharing with someone else, because I have found this. There have been people that have ALS disease, they don't want people to know. I don't know why. It's not my place to say that they should tell people, but if you know something about ALS, or if your family member has ALS, sometimes you need to talk to people, especially if you don't know where to get help from, especially if you don't know the right doctors to go to. You know, it's just so much I could tell you about it, but it was just on my heart to tell you this. Rest in peace, Roberta Flack. Rest in peace. And I hope I hope she knows that so many people loved her, right? Loved her music. I'm going to play this one more time. Killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly. But he just kept right on strumming my pain, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life. My Mountain Dew. My Mountain Dew. It's good. Okay, so that's that. If you find yourself needing answers to questions about ALS disease, if you find yourself needing someone to speak about ALS disease, the whole thing is like, not to make you sad, right? This is a little emotional for me right now because just thinking about this awful disease. But the main thing I guess I want you guys to learn from seeing people ill, fighting diseases is it's important to live. It's so important. It's so important to live today. It's so important to not worry about what everybody else is saying, not allowing people to kill your dreams, not allowing too many negative people in your life, not allowing yourself to get too stressed, not putting everybody else before your health and your well being mentally, physically, emotionally. Once again, you can go to my page was hacked, but the page is still up. Remembering Robin Tucker. That's a page on Facebook. It was hacked, but it hasn't been taken down. Pictures of my mom. I think there are videos on there, maybe a couple talking about ALS disease. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Pray for Roberta Flack's family and friends. Pray for those that are on this earth right now fighting this disease. I have I know an African American woman in Petersburg, Virginia, Lady Chanel Hobbs. She's fighting ALS disease. She's not allowing it to kick her ASS. There's Sandy Waller. She's from Virginia. Sandy is maybe 50, I'm not sure, or younger, fighting ALS, not allowing it to kick her ASS. And then there's Timothy Woody that I posted his video on my page. He's in Alabama. All these are African American people fighting ALS disease, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Pray for them. Pray for their families. Pray for their caregivers. Pray for the people who they go to seek medical attention from. And remember, like I say on my show, let's not stress too much about yesterday or worry too much about tomorrow. Because if we do, you'll miss living today. And that's important. That's important. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Want to be heard? Get featured on The Stacey Thomas Show. Join Stacey for conversations on entertainment, books, and entrepreneurship. Don't miss out. Elevate your brand today. Book your interview now. Email staceythomas@gmail.com.